On-demand services are changing the way that we eat, drive, and even the way we decorate our homes. To hear how one LA startup is disrupting the furniture industry, please welcome to the stage Brian Barrero from 1000 Watt Consulting and Madeline Frazier, co-founder and chief marketing officer of Homey.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to be here. My name's Brian Barrero, and I have Madeline Frazier here.
Hi, everyone.
And we're going to talk about furnishing your home on demand. And I think this is, as the intro said, we're living in an on-demand world. We do so much through the small frame of our mobile device. And what Madeline's company, Homey, has done is, as they describe it, allowed anyone to furnish any space in a way that's just like chatting with your stylish friend. So I guess the title of this session was Disrupting the Furniture Industry. So explain that.
Sure,
so
definitely.
How does this work?
Of course. So, I think that we can all relate to the fact that buying furniture is a pain point for everyone. We've all had that moment where we're, schlepping through retail stores or we're looking at millions of products online and you bring it home and it's not exactly what you thought it would be. So what Homey is trying to do is really change the way that we buy furniture and furnish our spaces. So very simply, we're using conversational commerce to be able to chat through the interior design process with an expert. So we have over 100 interior designers on our team, some based here in LA, some all over the country. We service across all 50 states. And what that does is it allows the user and the designer to really chat through the process. It's an incredibly fast process. You can actually get a space designed within 1 to 4 hours. You come on, you chat, you explain what you want, you tell them how much you want to spend, and they show you options of furniture. They then render the products right into your space, and so that there's really no guessing before everything comes to your doorstep. You really see it right then and there, and you can shop everything right through the app. So it's kind of that one-stop shop to very quickly and easily whip your space into shape.
So I understand the opportunity here is to take friction out of a very difficult manual process.
Yes.
So I get it. I mean, right now, I have furniture in my home that I haven't replaced just because I don't have the time to call a designer and deal with them. They come into my house with swatches, then I have to make decisions, or I get a design within reach catalog delivered to me and I got to figure out what I want and I can't see it and it's just a pain in the butt.
100%.
Right? So, but what that does get me is if I have a designer come into my house, I feel like they actually being in the space can get a sense for me and the space and act accordingly.
Yep.
What is the drop-off, or is there any drop-off? Are you giving up anything in terms of really nailing the design by doing it through your phone?
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of users, they come to Homey, and this is a very new and innovative idea that, no one's really done before. So they're always telling us, I actually feel like you're my friend, to their designers. I feel like you're actually in my home working with me. Users do upload photos of their space, and we train our designers to be able to virtually design any space. So we do never really run into any space planning issues or anything like that. It really does give the feel of an interior designer coming to your home, but you can actually do it on your lunch break, which is great.
So I'm thinking about how the folks in this room can employ this somehow in their business. And one of the things that I think you do is to allow visualization of what certain pieces look like in the room before they're actually purchased.
Yes,
so
definitely.
if you think about all of the process and mental and emotional hurdles involved in a real estate transaction, one of them is just enabling people to mentally picture themselves in a home, right?
Definitely. When you're looking for a space to really call your own, it's such a personal decision. And working with a designer is something that's going to be, you're opening your life to someone else. And so for us, we're really interested in making sure that our users feel confident in the designer, but also can actually see what the space is going to look like before they buy. If we just sent them products, it wouldn't be any different than any other retail store. We're actually telling them, this is what will work best with your space, with your budget, with your style, and here's how it actually looks. And I think that's really the game changer.
So this is called Luxury Connect. The folks in this room sell very expensive real estate to very affluent people, in some cases famous people. I don't off the top of my head, associate a mobile app with luxury, right? Luxury suggests to me sort of this bespoke, highly personal experience. But you managed to work with some celebrities and some high net worth people, and they seem to be happy with it.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. We've been working with a lot of professional athletes, with different influencers and celebrities in LA and across the country. And what we found is that because the app is chat-based, it is very personal. And now we're all used to really texting with each other in business, with our friends or family, and that's something that we're all very used to. So it's been very easy to integrate when we do work with higher-end clients.
So tell me the story about Terrell Owens. And
Yeah.
Terrell, how many people here know who Terrell Owens is? Okay, great. I had no idea. I don't follow sports, but apparently he's a football player.
Yes, he's a football player.
All right, so tell the story about Terrell Owens and his property.
Sure. So Terrell actually recently just started a fashion line. It's called Prototype 81, and they moved their office into downtown LA. And, he was looking for someone to furnish it. He really wanted it to feel like a space that his employees would really love to work in, but also a space where he could relax in. And one thing that was pretty funny was he really wanted a really large and very comfortable sectional where at the end of the day he could watch basketball and football. So that was something that we had to integrate into the space, and I'll show you guys some of the photos of what the space looked like. So this was us kind of talking after we installed the space, getting his feedback on the app, and what he really said was that it was very simple and easy. It only took us probably about 10 hours to do the entire space, and this was a big project. It's a really large open plan space. This is him when he was kind of walking in to see it for the first time. And we made it a communal work and kind of live space. There's a lot of communal areas. There's a showroom where they can actually display all of their clothes to potential buyers. And there's also a lot of workspaces where their employees can work and have a really nice and energized, bright space to be able to do what they love.
And he really designed everything through the app. You didn't give him any special love or anything?
I mean, we texted, him and I texted, but it was basically felt like we were texting through the app. But he did it all through the app, and then he would text me about how much he loved it. So it went well.
Okay, and your business is you make a margin on the furniture.
Yes, we do. We buy from wholesale furniture manufacturers with partner retailers that we've worked with for a really long time. And, we really source so many different products because we deal with spaces that are going to be upwards of $50,000, and we deal with users who come in and they say, listen, I only have $500 to $1,000 to spend. How can you help me, give my space a space lift? So it's a little bit different with everybody.
Okay, so we're almost out of time. But I think the takeaway here is that things that you would not necessarily think that could be quote unquote on demand or fall into that buzzword category of conversational commerce actually are starting to move into that direction. This one happens to sit squarely in the middle of what we think about all day, which are homes, right? So if you can now furnish your home in this sort of conversational thing through your phone, well, I think we can expect that over time, we're going to be able to do lots more to manage our home, to insure our home, to finance our home. Parts of the transaction, all going to be managed through this handheld device, as strange as that may seem to us right now. So thank you, Madeline, for showing us a little bit of what you're doing and what we'll probably see more of.
Yeah,
so
great.
Thanks
a lot. Thanks, guys.